Hello, hello, hello. So, yeah, if we stream to our audience now, we should be. And I'm just looking in our backstage. I can see some flames. So the flames normally mean that we are live and people can see us. If you can just give us a little comment, guys, let us know that you can see Whale. Your name is just is brilliant. We've lost him. There we go. We've lost him. Tough crowd. He'll be back. Arnie style. Here we go. Here we go. He's back. There you go. I was just complimenting your name.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Can you guys hear me loud and clear?
Can hear you perfect. Yeah, so apologies for my background. This used to be my office actually before I got kicked out and my wife turned it into her Pilates gym. So behind me, what you can see is a Pilates machine, which is now gathering dust as I rightly predicted when she went out and bought it and kicked me out of my office. But this is also a good point for the Wi-Fi. But before we jump into a bit of small talk before people join, because it will fill up over the next couple of minutes. Big thing happening at the moment. Market aside, you've been watching the World Cup, Whale?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I can. Who are you rooting for?
Me.
Yeah.
My accent might give it away. Yeah, my accent might give it away. Monday was a difficult day for English people because the game was delayed to a 2 a.m. start, and then obviously it was probably one of the most intense football matches that I've seen for many years. So no, definitely rooting for the English. What about you?
Yeah. I mean, I was behind Canada. We did an amazing job coming out, and I was very impressed. I think it was the first World Cup, right? And naturally you're going to go for the country that you're living in. I was born in Canada, right? So I was very happy to see them go so far. But if I'm going to pick one, I want to see the underdogs, and that would be Morocco. And they have a tough matchup, I believe, today.
Yeah. So Morocco have got France, and it's
France.
tough half of the draw, right? Because you've also got Belgium and Spain in that half.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. But if France is out, then I'm gonna go for Spain. And I'm sorry to say, it would be very cool to see England win, but I don't know. Just been always a fan of the European teams.
Yeah. Well, I've got, I'm despite my youthful appearance, I'm joking. Yeah. I'm 42 years old, so I've had 42 years to learn that that nobody wants England to win anything ever. So there's my Scottish friends say they support two teams. They support Scotland and whoever's playing England.
I love that. Yeah, that's funny. We kind of have the same relationship with hockey here. It's it's a huge battle between Ottawa and Toronto. So it's if you're a fan of one of them, even Montreal, right? So, but it's always good to get behind your team and see how far they can go and if they could really pull it off. So I'm rooting for you guys. My team's out of it.
Yeah, you guys did well. I think England, for me, and I'm biased, looked like the most exciting team left.
Yeah.
We do we're super attacking, really high energy, but leaking goals as well. So it's whereas I literally fell asleep watching the Spain Portugal game. It was
I'll be definitely watching these games. The first few, when they first started out, there was a ton, and we're busy shipping. But now the last few games, it's great to watch all of them. Have the kids watch them, or your family or whatever, right? And get behind your favorite team. It's awesome. And then all the prediction markets and the different types of markets around them. It's very cool to see all of that. Right?
Absolutely. Brilliant. So we're rooting for Morocco. You might need a new team tomorrow. We'll see how it goes.
I love that. Yeah, we'll see.
Excellent. So I think so. We've got 30 people tuned in now, so we're starting to build a bit of an audience, which is good. What's been happening with PerpTools since we last caught up?
Yes, I mean, just a quick intro for the first people tuning in and haven't checked out the platform. PerpTools is one of the first native AI DEXs. You can launch your own AI agent and have it trading for yourself, and they've been quite profitable. We actually just launched our ticket system. So now you can win a funded agent. So imagine winning an agent that's trading $10,000 capital, $20,000 capital, and even $30,000 capital. You get to keep all the profits. So the way to earn tickets is just using the platform, and you'll earn tickets. And we're giving out an agent, we're pretty much renting out an agent every 10 days. And yeah, people will be winning their own funded AI agent, and then you can keep all the profits. Hopefully it's profitable. Statistically, just looking at the results, they've done quite well. So any lucky winner is, I think, going to walk away happy. And that's kind of where we're at. We released that earlier this week, maybe 2 days ago, actually. So it's quite fresh.
Wow, that's super cool. That's super cool. And it's not an easy market at the moment, is it? It's we know traders like it when the market's going up and to the right, and it's been very much down and to the right. So it's good to see you guys still sort of pushing and innovating when it's I think this is the time, right? I think the winners of the next 2-3 years are the people that are going to be working hard right now.
Oh, I totally agree. And not only that, I think leaning into the AI and the agentic development, like using all the tools, resources we have, and like every week or every month, it's something new, and incorporating that, learning to adapt, or you're just going to get left behind in the dust, right? And you're right, the market hasn't been the best. We've kind of just been bouncing back and forth. There's, tension around the world. And I'm just hoping, I'm a huge believer of Bitcoin, right? So it's just like stack more sats in the long term macro, and hopefully we see newer highs. It's hard to predict what happens in the world. Is there going to be peace? But yeah, Bitcoin's been it's kind of been just stagnant.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to, so what I'm going to do is just give a bit of an introduction, if you don't mind, because we're here to talk about the NFTs, actually.
Of course.
To talk about the funded NFTs. So the eligibility window is open. What that is going to become clear fairly soon, and I'll talk you through what the NFTs are, how you can check your eligibility, how you can still become eligible. There's still plenty of time, so I'll show you that. But we'll kick off, because people might be tuning in thinking, what is this guy? So PerpTools is an agentic trading platform, and funded is an integration for existing trading platforms that allows traders to prove that their skill and get funded with more capital, actually up to 100 times your capital deposit. And it's real funds. It's not this sort of like paper trading B-book that you see within the industry. So if you go on to the PerpTools platform, and I'm going to share my screen, which I don't know why, I'm always super nervous of doing that, right? Because it's like, don't work with animals, children, or ever share your screen, is what they say. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. So you should be able to see PerpTools and the funded journey page. Can I get a sort of verbal yes? Can you guys see it? Can you see it well?
You know what? We'll get a yes from the community.
Yeah. Can you see it? You should be able to see it. I'm sharing it to StreamYard. So
yeah, I see it on StreamYard. I'm actually watching the Spaces live too to make sure it's rolling smooth, but I think it's a little delayed.
Cool. Fantastic.
We can see you. Thank you, Sirion.
Fantastic. All right, great. Well, I'll give like a quick sheep dip of what funded is and how it works. So you can choose 2 tracks on funded. So you go to PerpTools. You can go either through Foxify.trade, or if you go to the PerpTools website, so PerpTools.io, I believe. And then you can click the funded tab, and then there's 2 tracks. So you can either start with a $500 deposit or a $100 deposit, and the system will instantly 5x your capital, right? So there's no qualification. It will instantly, and that's like on a first loss basis for the first level. So if I look at Pro here, let's go to Pro. I could deposit $500 and I will instantly have $2,500 to trade then on PerpTools. I then need to stay within the drawdown limit, which is 20%, which equates to the 500 that I deposited. So that's like a first loss on the first level whilst I prove myself. and I have to hit the P&L target. And points is just from activity, really. So what we don't want to do is promote people and take liquidity risk if somebody's just got lucky on one trade, right? You want to see people performing over multiple trades over time. So you earn points for activity and then your P&L target. So once you've cleared those, then actually your account doubles in size. So you can cash out all of your profits, less 20% that comes back to the vault. And then it doubles in size, and then up to $7,500, then up to $10,000. So you can also start with just $100, and that scales very quickly as well. So it's 5x straight out of the gate, and then it's 12.5 times, and then it's 25 times your capital actually, just by passing the levels, and you cash out as you go through as well. So every time you pass the level, you cash out 80% of profits. There's no upper limit on profits. Actually, the average amount of profits at each level is actually way higher than this amount. So typically, if someone's onto a good trade, they don't have to close the trades. They can just keep running the trades and maximize their profit. We want you to succeed, so there's no limitation on how much you can make if you're successful. So that's how you start a journey through the platform. You can also flip between trading PerpTools and trading a funded challenge. So you'll see there's a little ticker up here. So if I wanted to go on my main account or onto my funded account, I can flip between the two. So if I just want to open a single trade on my sort of cross margin or isolated margin account, I can, and I can flip backwards and forwards into my funded account as well. So then you've got real funds on chain, boost the amount of capital, and obviously that boosts the potential profit that you can earn as well. Okay. So what are the NFTs? Now I'm going to stop sharing again, which is I'm going to bring us to another tab, and I'm doing this slightly clunky way because I just want to make sure that it's super clear and we're focused on one thing at a time. Well, did you have any, like, you know it inside out, but is there anything that you think I missed or I should focus on before we move on to the NFTs?
I mean, I think you nailed it. You know the product, more than anybody, and it's spot on. And I really urge people, like, if you haven't tried it, this is the best time to do it. You qualify for the NFT, and I don't want to give too much about that. But as Danny mentioned, a lot of these traditional ways to get funded, I just want to straight up say, like, most of them are scams, and you're just paying these crazy fees to try and pass quite harder criteria, and you're not getting funded immediately and instantly. It's a no-brainer, especially if you're just starting out trading or you want to use a small balance and you want to amplify it. I think, like, you hit it on the top of, it was perfect for me. And
yeah, absolutely. You're absolutely right. There's no better way of saying it, to be fair. Cool. All right. So what are the NFTs, right? So the NFTs, there's 3 types of NFTs that you can mint, and there's a dedicated mint for users are funded from PerpTools. We could potentially do another mint in the future, but the window is open and the mint is coming up next week, actually. So you've got until next week to check your eligibility or become eligible. There's still plenty of time to become eligible. And what you're doing is you're basically getting yourself in for a free mint. So NFTs can be bought on the open market. However, all of them have kind of come into existence through free mints for users of the platform. So there's 3 types of NFT. You get a bronze, you get a silver NFT, and you get a gold NFT, and they do 3 different things. Okay, so which one you mint is completely random. I think there's around about a 5% chance that you mint a gold NFT, around about a 10% chance that you mint a silver, and around about 85% chance that you'll mint a bronze. That might be slightly wrong, those numbers, but basically golds are very rare, and it'll become clear why, because they are free. And then silvers are kind of a little bit rare, but can be found more often. And then the bronze are much more abundant. So what you can do with them. So if we look at the bronze first of all, some people have qualified for multiple mints, or they mint 1 bronze and they go and buy another 4 because somebody mints a bronze and says, I'm just going to sell it, which is fine. That's completely up to you. You can just go and list it on the open market. But if you scoop up 5 bronzes, either by earning them or what many people do is they mint a couple of bronze and then they go and buy 3 more on the open market. They're changing hands with like $40, $50, $60. and then you can go to the platform, and then you merge those 5 bronze into a silver. Now, once you've got your silver, you stake that on the platform, and that will give you an extra 10% funding. So if you got up to the top level with $10,000, you would have another $1,000 of funding. So it gives you hard capital on your funded challenge if you have it staked, or if you want to, you can take that silver NFT and you can go and sell it. So you have a good chance of minting a silver NFT if you're eligible, and or if you've got enough bronze, you can then merge the bronze into the silver. And the gold is very much like the silver, but instead the 10% is quite big. It's 25%. So there's actually somebody at the moment who's got a gold NFT live. They've got it staked. They're on a pro challenge, and so they had another 25%. So literally, that gold NFT has already given them $625 on the pro challenge at the first level. And that's 25% at every single level. So if you get up to the 10K level, then you'll have an additional $2,500. So completely free mint, but if you mint one of these, I think the floor price of gold, because people just don't want to let them go, I think the floor price is maybe $7,000 or something at the moment, like really, really high right now. I'm sure somebody probably like Frida could put in the comments, also maybe share what the silver floor price is. I think last time I saw the silvers were going for maybe $400 to $600 each. But like I say, they're completely free mint, and they have tangible value because you stake them, and it gives you more capital on a funded challenge. Or you can just go and sell it on the open market, and somebody else, there is tangible value rather than it just being a picture, because somebody can buy that from you and then use it on a funded challenge. Any questions on that, Web?
No, I mean, it totally makes sense. Are you winning multiple, or able to mint multiple like bronze NFTs, or is it per?
Yeah, that's a great
here's the volume, if that makes sense.
That's a fabulous question, and you're lining me up actually. So why don't we? Because I am eligible actually on my wallet, because I always do a challenge on every platform that we integrate with. So I have it ready to.
I'd love to see that.
Let's go. Right, here we go. I'm going to show you. So what are we looking to be eligible for, and how does it work? So let's go Chrome tab. We'll go to PerpTools, and here we go. So we're back here. So you'll see up here there's an NFT tab. So NFT management is where I would go and stake my NFT. Okay.
I don't think I could see the screen.
Interesting. Maybe it's definitely sharing. Maybe it'll take a second to catch up. Now, yeah, no. I can unshare and reshare.
Yeah, maybe do that.
Yeah, let's do that. Right. Let's go again, bear with me. Okay. It says that we're sharing to StreamYard, so
okay.
What about now? Can you see it?
On StreamYard, I just see yourself, but it might be going live on the X. I don't want to disrupt us. So.
Stop sharing and come back. Bear with me a second. It tells me on my screen that I'm sharing it, so bear with me a second. Let me
checking the X. It's not sharing.
Yeah. Okay. So bear with me one moment. I'll tell you what we do is we'll come back here and let's try this. I'm going to try and share entire screen and see if that helps. How about now? Okay. Here we go. This is why.
That's working now.
So how's this?
Yeah, that's good now.
Yeah, brilliant. Okay. So come on to PerpTools.foxify.trade, which, like I said before, you can go through PerpTools, or you can go from the Foxify landing page, and we'll go to NFTs. So you see here, I've got NFT management. So that's if I've got an NFT. You can also get access to OpenSea here, actually. OpenSea, like anything in this industry, there's fake collections out there. There's nothing we can do about it. So please just use official documentation, only use official links, and you can get access to OpenSea through the platform. But checking mint eligibility. So the key information. So there's 2 mint waves. The snapshot date, so the date of when you need to be eligible by, we've got 6 more days, is July the 15th, and there's 2 waves. So on mint wave 1, which is the day afterwards, on the 16th of July, if you've done 125k in volume, then you qualify for that mint, and then the following day you can mint a second one if you've done over 250k in volume. There's a checker here, so you enter your wallet address and check, or you can just use connected wallet, and it will look at the wallet that you've already got connected to the platform, and you can see here. So it says, okay, there's a mint date on July the 16th, you are eligible, and there's a mint date on July the 17th, and you are eligible. And you can see here that my volume was 273k on my challenge, which I eventually blew up, by the way. I didn't pass that challenge, but I kept it alive for a while, because you can see I did a nice amount of volume on it. And you can see here, because I've cleared that 250k threshold, that qualifies me for both mint days, actually. So I'll be there on the day, minting 2 free NFTs, and crossing my fingers, hoping that I have a gold in there as well.
And I have another question, actually, because the mint date's coming up soon. How attainable is it to get 125k volume for somebody that might just be starting out? Like, it could sound a lot to somebody. How attainable is that?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think what's important to remember, so, I've done 270k volume here, right? But the reason I've done that is because I had $2,500 in my account. It was a pro account. So our system, people do a lot more volume through our system typically than they would do, because they just have more capital. So typically they would be trading more size, and you can leverage that full balance, right? It's a good question. I know we're kind of discussing between ourselves, could we extend that date out? Could we push it back a bit? I think that's a good question. Obviously, we did post sort of the beginning of this week. So people have had, and the schedule has been live for a couple of months. So people have had a couple of months to become eligible. But obviously, if you're seeing it for the first time now, you might think, oh, can I get to that volume? It's a good shout. We are kind of talking in the background to say, could we extend that date out a bit? What do you think? Put you on the spot, Whale. Do you think we should extend the date?
For extending, it's not fair for users that maybe grinded and can get the mint, right? But allowing more users, it is a tricky question. I think that the 125k is attainable to get in a week, right? I mean, there's some traders who are doing that in a day, but you have to keep in mind not everybody has access to, large amounts of capital to trade. So I think that getting funded instantly, like multiplying your capital to trade with, it's a lot easier to do so. Maybe it could come in another phase, maybe a different type of NFT. It's hard. Yeah, definitely a great question.
Yeah. But look, if you're eligible, you qualify. So if we push the date out a bit, it's not, nobody's going to be worse off. There's not, the NFTs hold value, and they're not limited in number either, actually. So it's not like, if another 5 people were eligible, it's not like you have any less chance of minting a gold.
Maybe they get the minimum boost applied to them while the NFT is extended, just to keep people happy, and they can kind of use those, the benefits, right?
Yeah.
But it's a great question. It really is. And like, maybe we can get some input from people watching. I think from my side, I see at least 60 plus now. Maybe that's just on the X itself. So maybe hundreds watching across all the social medias. If you guys need more time, let us know, and we'll see how it goes over the next week.
People power. Come on, guys, in the comments, tell us. Should we don't extend or do extend? It's in your hands. Brilliant. Well, hopefully that was super clear. What a funded challenge is, and what the NFTs are. And look, they're fantastic, right? Because they're free mints at the end of the day, and qualification for them is kind of a formality. If you just get your head down and you focus on sort of a trading challenge. I think the volume that you see there on that account, I did months ago. I didn't do it with eligibility in mind. So if you've already used the platform, go and check, because you might have a surprise. You might find that you're nearly there and just need to do a little bit more, and it will get you across the line. But yeah, if there's people power, come into our communities, tell us that you're interested but you want more time, and you can sway the vote.
No, totally. It totally makes sense. And yeah, as you mentioned, people might be surprised to find that they have a free mint in their account, right? So make sure to check it out. And if you're trading, why not use that capital boost? Like, why not leverage that very cool feature you guys have built, the product you guys have built, to better put it. It's a no-brainer. And then the NFT, with the boosted rewards, the boosted capital. Yeah, definitely. I'm a big fan of NFTs, to be honest. And these are the use cases, I think, that will stick throughout, where you can, give rewards, whether that be an APY boost or exclusive groups, or, people using NFTs for other reasons, maybe just to flex or use a PFP, right? So I'm a big fan of them, and this is a great use case. I really do think so.
Yeah, absolutely. Before we sign off today, I have 3 questions for you. I want to give you 3 quick fire questions.
Let's do it.
Right, no pressure. So, how low is the Bitcoin bottom this cycle?
Okay, maybe I could give a range. I think I don't want to sound too bearish, but I'm looking at a few options, maybe 40K, 38, 40K. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I have 3 questions, but now I'm curious what you think. But
yeah, to be fair, my number has always been 38K.
Oh wow! Did you say? Maybe I'm not sure if you talked about that.
Top, right? It's okay. But before the pump at the beginning of the year, a lot of people started saying 38K.
Yeah.
So I started to think, oh, wow, it's not going to be 38K now because everyone's saying it, right? So I started to go cold on the idea, but everyone's kind of stopped that and sort of raised their expectations, because we pumped for a bit and it raises the watermark. So I've always thought 38K. I think it's brave to hang that long, but I think what was really telling, we asked this question in our community AMA this week, and what was really telling is that the range was from 55K to 35K. And I think that's a huge range, right? That's a 60% range from 35K to 55K. So I think what that tells you is be careful. Be careful, because you could be close but still be 40%.
Yeah, and listen, we could be totally wrong, and that's why I watch the market actively. And for a time frame, I'm thinking August, September, and then hopefully.
That was question number 2. So when is the Bitcoin bottom?
Yeah, I'm thinking August, September, and then hopefully we can start working our way up out of that bear market that we're in and the downtrend that we're in, and start making new highs. And I'm a Bitcoin, I'm not going to say maximalist, but I'm a huge Bitcoin believer, and I think Bitcoin will continue to make all-time highs. So if we do see 35, 40, even 45, it's just stacking sats. It's not about timing the market; it's time in the market, right? That saying everybody says shares, and it's hard to time Bitcoin and those extreme drops and pumps. So it's just accumulating what you're happy with, in my opinion. So I'm looking September, August. Yeah.
Cool. And then final question then, Bitcoin high of next cycle.
Ooh. Bitcoin high of next cycle. I wasn't too impressed with the high put in. I mean, I'm always happy we broke 100. I mean, actually, previous cycle we were what, 120?
Yeah, 126, I think.
Yeah, and so putting in a smaller high, I'm looking maybe 320. Something like that.
Wow.
I don't I don't want to give a wide range and say 250 to 320 because that's quite wide, but every cycle has shrinked in the multiples that we go, that Bitcoin moves upwards, and it's harder and harder. Of course.
There you go. We got it. 320K all-time high. I'm gonna say I think 225. That's for me.
225. Yeah. Any twos I'm very happy with. But markets can like overextend and be stubborn and and keep climbing higher and higher. And depending on the catalysts that we see, and I don't want to give any theories, but that's kind of, and it's always, everybody thinks 200, 220, 250. We'll blow past that. I kind of take the contrarian. People are still saying 1 million, right? But we have a long way there.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, to see like a 20x through a cycle is, I think is crazy, right? I saw something the other day and it was predicting the potential SpaceX price, and all of the names are like, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs. I think I put it on my Twitter because I said, look, these are all of the names that were predicting Bitcoin hitting 250, 300, 400 9 months ago, right? So take it all with a pinch of salt.
Oh yeah, and exactly right. And you don't know their interests or their positions and what they're doing behind the scenes, behind the markets, right? So those headlines you always need to take, what you said, like a pinch of salt, right? So that's kind of how I'm seeing the market. And do we see like a standard 4-year cycle, or are we past that, right? Does Bitcoin just kind of start moving upwards year after year? But every asset needs to come down and retrace, right? But does it kind of mimic like let's say the SPX or something like that? I'm a big Bitcoin bull.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's a couple of really interesting catalysts, right? I think the unknown is probably the political landscape. I think,
of course.
I think there's one of the big risks I see with Bitcoin, sort of on a medium term time frame, which would take us into that cycle, is that is become a bit of a football in the political landscape in the US. Which means it could easily have a target on its back if the political landscape shifts towards Democrats over Republicans, then anything that's kind of seen as, and that's where it's getting a bit like that in the US now, isn't it? It's a bit like, when a lion sort of beats their head lion and goes around and kills all the cubs. That's kind of, the lines are drawn so viciously in the US now that I'd be worried for Bitcoin if the Democrats came in, because I feel like they would feel like the crypto push was Trump's baby and maybe a reflection of his own personal ambitions, and they would, they want to go after anything that they would see as his baby.
Of course. I mean, on one hand, it's great with the regulation and like what they're pushing forward, the Clarity Act and, everything they're doing. But on the other, like some people are saying there's a ton of corruption coming with it as well. And how much money have they made, right? So like you said, they might reverse everything that the right has done, conservatives have done for crypto, but I don't think that would be a blow to, I mean, of course, a ton of capital in the US, you can't ignore that, but I think another country or region would pick up the pace, would pick up the regulatory, I mean, like advancement. And I think there's other regions, countries, governments that would see that as an opportunity, maybe.
Yeah.
I was located in the UAE and I was very, very like surprised on how fast and how adaptive they were with blockchain and with what's happening right now in the world. I came back to Canada, right, to hopefully wait it out. But I think regions like that are very hungry and they're like nimble and fast, moving. They can see that as an opportunity.
Yeah,
that's kind of my take. I don't think, and I hope that one country wouldn't be able to shut down all the hard work that we've done.
Yeah,
I say we, but
We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. But it's brilliant to have you today,
Yeah.
and I appreciate
Likewise.
you putting away sort of so
Likewise.
much valuable time. And nearly 80 people now have tuned in.
Yeah.
You heard it here first. Whale has said that he guarantees 320k.
Guarantees.
Next cycle.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he's he's going to put the ink down on that, and you can talk to him if it doesn't work out.
I'm more confident. I shouldn't say that on the bottom, but yeah, just stack as much sats as possible. Foxify makes it very easy because you get extra capital to trade with, right? So don't miss out on the NFT. It's huge. Appreciate the time, Danny. Good luck to you guys. Good luck to England. I'll be very happy to see them pull it. If they're able to do so, I'll be thinking about you.
Great stuff. Cheers, guys. Take care.
Bye.
See you later.